We spend all day, every day, thinking, but we don't take the opportunity to feel. If you continue to live the way you live, everything will fall apart. I'm sure we've had many times in our lives where we've come close to just giving up. I've been in a position where I wanted to give up my life. This is the shit we're talking about right now. We're getting on that emotional level. This is not about how we think. This is about how we feel about ourselves. How do you feel about yourself right now? Every day when you wake up, how do you feel? I need you in your feelings right now, because what I'm about to explain and break down to you is critical. I have seen countless amounts of people suffering, in pain, because they're attached to an identity that no longer serves them, or they're afraid to move forwards. We're going to get into this right now. Why does this happen? Time molds us, and due to our environments, we get stuck in a place. Let's use relationships as the example. As time goes on, you develop a connection, and this doesn't have to be a lover. This can be business ship, it can be relationship. I'm just categorizing when you spend enough time with someone, you start to get to know them. And when emotions get involved, you start to understand them on a deeper level, because you're not only just thinking about them, you're also feeling for them, and vice versa. And what happens is when we combine emotions together, we start molding our perception of time with our perception of reality. And when we mold ourselves emotionally, we are investing in our environment. And the environment can be people, the people we live with. It can be going to school, going to work. Our emotional state that we invest into an environment with a long enough period of time molds us. And this is why we stay stuck. Because what happens is we get comfortable. We have this tendency to stay in an environment that doesn't serve us. And why do we do this? Because we're afraid of the unknown. Every day is an opportunity to change, but when you're constantly doing the same stuff and you don't question things outside the norm, you dwell in your pain on a continuous basis that you know no different other than just to continuously sit. But instead of sitting with it, we're going elsewhere, like work, or we're associating ourselves with people who created the pain in the first place. This is what makes us afraid of moving forward, because when we're in these relationships or we've been so loyal to our work, we don't want to change it because the environment feels safe. It puts us in a state where I can turn up here even if I'm feeling emotionally insecure or I'm in pain because of the environment or because of the dysfunction within the relationship, and I'll stay in this place. So how do we go about this? Well, first of all, we need to broaden our spectrum of how we see reality, ourselves, and the environment that we've put ourselves in the first place by having optimism that there is more than just the pain, than just staying in an environment that no longer serves you. And optimism is about embracing change. It's about seeing a brighter future. It's about understanding that this moment that's happening right now is simply a period of time of your life. It's temporary. Everything is constantly in flux. The only reason it doesn't seem like it's in flux is because you're staying comfortable in that specific environment, in that specific place. You're volunteering to continuously show up to the environment that causes the suffering. We've all been in this place before. I need you in your feelings, because if you're feeling this right now and you know you're not supposed to be in a place, well, I've got you. I may not know what you've been through, but I understand to a degree you're suffering, you're hurting, and the only way to deal with it is to run. How can I possibly understand what you're going through? Because I've done it myself. I've been at my lowest point. I've been at high points. And I can only understand because I've experienced it without fluff. The only way you can physically and emotionally move through this situation, I need you to say this to yourself. You must feel in order to heal. There's no way around it. There's no running from yourself. There's no escaping what you are here to embrace. The opportunity that the suffering has created for you in order for you to be a better person, in order for you to value yourself better, in order for you to love thyself with all thy heart. And this takes time. It's going to require you to look at your environment objectively and see the people, your environment, and your situations, and understand and look at it in a way like, is this serving me? Or am I just constantly showing up to the place that's causing my suffering? Am I volunteering to go to a place I don't want to be? It's so easy to stay comfortable in life. And if you're that person, and I've met so many people that want to stay comfortable, I respect that. You stay there. Like, I'm not here to tell you that you must change, because change comes from within. I'm not here to change anyone. I'm just here to give you a different perspective. I'm here to just give you information from my experience in order for you to take it away, look at your environment objectively, and make a decision. But it is going to require change, and sacrifice is required. Because at what expense are you going to continuously allow things that no longer serve you to cause your suffering? When I need you to just listen to me right now, because the only person you have to blame is yourself for putting yourself in the situation in the first place. Now, it might not be your fault, because when you were raised, you were taught a direction. You followed that direction, and not a lot of us, and I'll be blatant, not a lot of us, even myself, we're told to think for ourselves. We're told to go in a direction because of the conditioning we received. So it's not your fault, but it is your choice. It's your opportunity to embrace what I'm saying and look within yourself. Because how can the world possibly show up when you cannot show up for yourself? When you're literally dwelling in a place that you don't want to be. Suffering voluntarily, it's okay to cry. It's okay to feel vulnerable. It's okay to open up to yourself. Even if you need to find someone who you trust and just fucking cry, mate. Girl, guy, I don't care. I'm addressing everyone right now. There's no difference between how a human feels, regardless the sex. We all have emotion. It's an emotional experience. We have a body. We have emotions. So why are you shutting them down? Why are you keeping them inside of you? The pain is causing more suffering than you taking the leap of faith in yourself. The leap of faith is going to be uncomfortable. Removing yourself from an environment that doesn't serve you is going to be uncomfortable. But I tell you, the transition and the person you'll become from making that change, you'll never look back with resentment, and you'll only ever see gratitude for what the pain caused because of the person, the opportunity it gave you. I would not be who I am today without suffering. I would not be able to relate with you right now without experience. We all have to go through a level of suffering in order to discover ourselves. Some of us are guided in life. Some of us have great parents. Some of us have great education. Some of us have a broad or a specific understanding of the world. But a lot of us don't have that direction. Broken homes, no money, poverty. I get it. The world is chaotic. But it doesn't give you an excuse to hold on or to continuously live the life that wasn't designed for you. Even that fucking touched me. Fuck me, that even touched me. Because it wasn't designed for you. But when you take a step back and you'd learn that you are in control, and you and your journey of suffering may be as long as your journey is healing, but I tell you, you will learn so much more from facing what life is teaching you instead of running from the lessons that it's trying to present to you. I'm not going to plug anything, but I'm just going to say that this video is inspired by an individual that I recently met. And I've met so many people who are hurting. So many people who are afraid to take the leap of faith within themselves. And I had to do it myself. I had to be homeless. I had to live in my car whilst working. and I had to have heartbreak, and I didn't know how to transmute that pain from a girl I once loved. And it took me so long to understand why I couldn't detach from her. And it's because I was afraid to move forward, and I was afraid to embrace that version of myself. So I stayed comfortable, and I kept going back. I kept holding on to something that didn't serve me. But it fucking liberated me when I finally let go. It brought new opportunities, new life into my heart. So don't ever judge a book by its cover. Don't ever look at someone until you look at yourself. Don't point fingers until you look at your reflection. Because I promise you, there's something that's fractured which you can't even see yourself. So right now, instead of bothering to worry about the world or anything externally, don't worry about your job. Don't worry about the broken relationship. Just put yourself first. I tell you, as long as you're focusing on your healing, it will be uncomfortable to start with, but the outcome is absolutely liberating. And I can only say that from my full heart, that you're not alone and you are fucking loved. You just don't know it. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say in this video.